that's a bit of a time lapse of the Pepakura patterns being cut out of the paper, obviously. Now the next step is to transfer those puppies across to the foam. Well, here we go. The next stage is to grab the EVA foam, lay out the Pepakura pieces on here strategically to get the most economical usage of the foam, so that by laying the pieces out nice and neatly, we don't end up with any wasted bits of material. And then start hoeing into it with the craft knife. Well, actually we lay them all out, then we trace, go around the edges. So yeah, basically trace them. And then start cutting out all our itsy bitsy intricate pieces. Start crafting our item, which, as we mentioned, in this case is the Nordic carved armour from the game Skyrim. So I'm just going to lay these out and then start moving them around a bit so that I don't end up with any great chunks of open space of foam. And keeping in mind, of course, that I need to be able to get the blade around the lines. So staking them extremely close together at times can make the job a lot more difficult, but not impossible. I like how all these pieces will eventually come together and form a 3D object that looks absolutely nothing like the bits in their single phase. Once I'm happy with the layout of my pieces of pattern, I run around and pin them into place using dressmaker's pins so that tracing the edges doesn't cause them to move too dramatically. And I find the easiest way for me then is, once I've traced around a singular piece of pattern, to remove it and the pins so that I'm not bumping into the heads of pins sticking up all over the place, because that can be a little irritating to say the least. I think we might move those two up there. And for these pieces here, which the pattern has down as 2, I'm going to place them butt to butt and cut that as one piece of foam. I think the pattern has done, well, I not think, I know after doing a couple of test runs on the cardboard, the Pepakura program has done this, or the person who's done the unfolding has done this, so that the actual pattern piece will fit on a A4 sheet of paper more smoothly. However, the foam is 60 centimeters by 60 centimeters, and I know that this one piece across the back of the helmet is going to give me a much smoother finish if done in one piece instead of splitting it down the middle. And there are three of these bands that go across the back of the helmet, so I'm going to do that for all 3 of them. Place them butt to butt like that. Now you can't see it on the camera, but I can definitely see it here. There are little teeny weeny numbers on either side showing that those 2 pieces actually go together like that. And then that's the 3rd band there, which we might end up getting one helmet out of one 60 by 60, which would be really cool. I don't know whether we can, because the remaining pieces, that's right, there's a tether in there, so we're going to put those like that. The remaining pieces are all arcs, so might have to be a little bit of an artistic arrangement. It might actually work. We might get away with the whole Nordic Armour helmet coming off of one 60 by 60 sheet without a terrible amount of wastage. Oh yes, look at this. Now you might notice on the camera, although I'm not sure whether you can because I'm not looking at the monitor of the camera very well, that there are yellow stripes on here. That's something I picked up after messing up once, that I had a piece of the pattern upside down. So before I even cut these off of the A4 sheeting, I get my yellow highlighter and just do streaks on there so that I'm always conscious of the correct side of the pattern facing upwards instead of down, because if you cut two of these out, well, you can't see that in the camera, can you? There we go. If you were to cut two of these pieces out, one up the right way and one upside down, you'd end up with a lopsided helmet for a starter. So there we go. I think I'm quite happy with that. All the pieces have managed to fit comfortably on one 60 by 60, so we're going to get our helmet out of there. There are 3, 4, 5 pieces of pattern left over, but those are to add thickness to the opening around your face. The opening around your face. So I've decided not to cut those out just yet. Pop them there, because the actual 12mm thickness of the foam will add that chunkiness to the pattern. However, I haven't discarded them just in case. As often happens, I'm incorrect. So there we go, that's the pet pattern laid out. Now obviously I'll just go through it with pins, trace around each one of these pieces with the pen, and then come back to the video for the next step in the process, which is actually cutting out the foam, which I'll do with another high speed like I did with the paper. Then the next clip will be the actual construction of the helmet, starting to put this 3D jigsaw puzzle all together.